took a break from playing Magic the Gathering in real life around October of last year. The reason being is that Innistrad Midnight Hunt didn't do it for me. I didn't like the mechanics as much as I would love to like them. Plus life got a little bit hectic for me and decided to put my decks on ice. I usually play Modern as my main format, and Innistrad Midnight Hunt did not include a lot of cards into this format. Having said that, the format has shifted a lot from the decks we all know and love, such as Tron, Blue-White Control, Jund, and Amulet Titan, into a Modern Horizons 2 centric meta. Most of the decks and cards that we play at the moment mainly came out in Modern Horizons 2. But in March of this year, I got really excited and decided to come back to playing Magic the Gathering in real life. Like I said, being bored of the format was not the only reason I left. I also had some personal issues that prevented me from playing Magic the Gathering in real life. But as many Magic the Gathering players that have been playing for a longer time, even if you are in your off season, you still keep up with the cards that are coming out. And the set that did it for me was Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, with some cards making it all the way from standard down to the non-rotating formats. This was perfect for me. I honestly found out that I like that set the most when it trickles some of the cards down to the non-rotating formats, but it doesn't warp it or center around the new set. For example, art like Phoenix made it seem that you had to dig through the card list to find this card, and this card heavily influenced Modern when it came out. But in contrast, we have Modern Horizons 2, where the cards are so in your face that you knew they were going to change the format. And I don't like this as much because it makes it where you don't have to break the format, it's already broken for you. And a lot of people like the brewing side of Magic the Gathering, and this kind of makes it so obvious that you have to play these cards. But I started thinking, am I alone on this? Am I the only one that came back to play because of a set or a card? So I went to Reddit to find out. And I know what you're thinking, horrible idea, but I did it anyway. And what happened was a real surprise, because my post has 11,000 post views, it has an 80% upvote, and has a lot of comments. Some of them are really detailed, explaining why they left Magic the Gathering and why they came back. But others are really short, such as this one, where they say they came back because of the Loras ban. Others state that they left because of the state of the format, specifically talking about Modern, where they feel that Throne of Eldraine and War of the Spark brought a lot of cards to the format, but they were really broken. I know they did not mention my boy by name, it being my Prince Oko, but they were referring to cards like this that are so broken that they make the format gravitate towards them in a bad way. The weird thing is that one of the most cited reasons that people came back into playing Modern in real life was Modern Horizons 2. With cards that obviously warped the format, such as Solitude, Endurance, Fury, Urza Saga, Ravagan, it's hard to imagine why they came back because of the set. These are some of the most represented cards in the format as of right now, and that kept me wondering, or at least thinking that. The reason is that people don't mind that are powerful cards that warp the format. They mind overpowered or really broken mechanics, such as the companion mechanic that had to be nerfed, and Oko the Thief of Crowns, where they really made it towards where if you were not playing Oko in any deck, you were actually not playing Modern Magic. And I came to another realization, that is that Wizards actually knows what they are doing, because Modern Horizons 2 did exactly what they wanted to do. They put 8 of the 25 most used cards are from Modern Horizons 2. They also gave us the fetch lands, which are the number 2 and number 3 most used lands, which are Misty Rainforest, Scalding Tarn respectively, and they are both in this set. As a quick note, the most cited reason why people do not play Modern is because of the fetch lands or the land base, because they were really expensive. Misty Rainforest and Scalding Tarn, at one point in time, they were both over $100 each, and you usually had to play at least 3 of them in your deck if you were running those colors. But if we move to number 4 on that list, we find Boseiju, Who Endures, and that is the card that actually brought me back. Reason being is that I play Dredge, and this card gives a natural out to all those hateful graveyard hate cards that are in the format, making one of my pet decks viable again. And that is the reason I came back to play Modern in real life. So Modern Horizons 2 brought a lot of people back, even though this is true for most reprint sets, that it brings player back because they give you a shell of a deck that you want to play, such as Tron in Modern and Double Masters, or Reanimate in Iconic Masters. What makes me think that this set was most successful in bringing players back into play was that it doesn't give you a shell of a former deck, it gives you a shell for new decks to play, where if you left the Modern scene or the Magic scene, whenever you did, you were used to seeing the old regular decks that we already mentioned, and now you are looking into new sets, meaning that if you just go and buy the new product, you may have a chance to bring a new meta deck to a table and you don't have to break the bank. And this also gave all the players that never left some new toys to play with. Like I said, 8 of the 25 most used cards in Modern are from Modern Horizons 2. To wrap it up, I sincerely do hope that the next Modern Horizons set, which they will have, doesn't bring that many amount of cards into the most used cards. If they could dial it down to maybe 3 or 4, I think that would be perfect. I'm hoping that I'm not the only one that wishes that they dial it back a little bit for the next Modern Horizons. Like I said, the Reddit post really opened my eyes into what people really like. I honestly thought that I never thought that Modern Horizons 2 was one of the most cited reasons that people came back into playing Magic Gathering in real life. But that is it for today's video. Want to thank Dex, our sponsor. Also, if you have made it this far, consider subscribing, comment, like, and share like always if you like the content. And like always, I'll see you in the next one.